All right. Well, thanks so much to the foundation for giving us this opportunity. It's great to see everyone here participating in Cardano Summit 2021. Very excited to be here and have the opportunity to meet with you all and speak with you all today. So after we're done here, feel free to pass by in the back and have a conversation. We'd love to speak to you. So I am Vivek. This is Mike. And we will...
Hold on one moment, technical difficulties. What's that? Oh. Awesome.
He is Mike.
I am
Vivek. And we have very professional technical backgrounds and experience, and I can go through that with my well-rehearsed bio. However, for today, reality is that Mike and I are just like you. We are Cardano enthusiasts. We have families, we spend time outdoors, we have hobbies that we love, just like every one of you. We're here today to share with you our journey and describe how Cardano gave us the ability to quit our jobs within a year. Not only quit our jobs, but do so in a way that is morally aligned with the best version of ourselves. We saw an opportunity to finally do something that inspires us and is something that we believe in. And that is a rare thing indeed. For those of you who remember the crypto world in 2017, the world really took notice as Bitcoin hit $20,000 USD, or just thereabouts. There was also an explosion of altcoins, and it seemed like every project was gaining traction. Exciting times. And there was one project that really caught our eye. In an environment that was fraught with scams, copycats, cash grabs, and bad actors, there was one that seemed to take its time. They had a champion, Charles, who really seemed to know what he was talking about. He did this whiteboard presentation and really broke things down for us. The vision was about solving problems of today and tomorrow, leveraging peer-reviewed scientific approaches, and that really resonated with us. This is all, well and fine, but we were thinking, proof is in the pudding. There's so many out there. I've got to see it to believe it, especially in the crypto world, where there's a lot of talk and not enough walk. Here's a quote from Charles. Kill the middleman of necessity. Push power to the edges and build systems that are equally fair to the least among us. And this morning we heard him talk about this very thing, the decentralization and durability of the Cardano network. This over here is me thinking about this statement. The quote is something that many of us have heard, and it's about distributing or decentralizing control or power. This sounds really great. No one else is truly talking about giving power to the people like this. The way Charles was talking about the possible future really struck a chord and got us excited about how something as fundamental as the way we look at financial networks can empower the least of us. We asked ourselves, how do we get on board?
So, in deciding how we participate, I'm a tech guy, I like to mess with the code. So becoming a stake pool operator seemed like really the obvious first step. Really, we're going to be running the network, help run the infrastructure. So we participated in the ITN, the incentivized testnet, if you guys aren't familiar with that. So the incentivized testnet, that was kind of really the Wild West. We were treating it more like a hobby back then. But as Shelley approached, we really started thinking, let's take this seriously, let's approach this as a business. Vivek and I got together and we said, okay, let's start Cardano Canucks. There was a great quote that Charles had that said, if you want to start something, if you want to be your own boss and really get involved with something, you have to have skin in the game. You need to actually get out there. So we did. We started Cardano Canucks. It went great. It still is going great. And along the way, we met some really great people. The one thing that's amazing about Cardano community is everybody is there to help one another. All these SPOs at the beginning who technically are competitors, they were actually, everyone was banded together and helping one another out, and just helping everyone be successful. It's about just this culture of abundance rather than a culture of scarcity, where there's enough for everyone to succeed. But really, the question remained.
The question is why? Why we're doing this? So, for those of you familiar with Simon Sinek and his Start With Why, you'll know what question Mike and I were faced with. According to Simon Sinek, everyone knows what they're doing. That's the easy question to answer. Some people know how they do it, hopefully most of them, but some of them truly. And very few actually know why they do what they do. So Mike and I decided, we dug deep to truly understand why it is that we want to do this stake pool, why it is that why does it mean so much to us? There's a reason that it resonated so well with us, and we truly needed to figure out what that reason was, because we could sense that this thing that we're working on and the participation in Cardano as an ecosystem, it was way bigger than we initially thought. So we ultimately realized that at the core, we are enablers, we educate, and we empower others. We've done this throughout our entire professional careers and find it personally fulfilling. We also realize that at the core it's aligned with the values that at the center of Cardano and the effort that's happening. So I will challenge everybody today. I highly recommend all of you to spend time to figure out what your why is. Truly understand your own motivations. I guarantee that if you do and you spend that time, it will be eye-opening.
So back to Cardano Canucks, we started thinking, based on this why and why we're doing this, where else can we take this pool and how else can we really contribute? So what we decided is on the enabling side, we really focused on helping others become SPOs, helping out with the technical infrastructure, the best practices, and really helping other people succeed and giving them an opportunity, if they're not as technical, to participate in this ecosystem. On the education aspect, we really focused on communication and transparency with our delegators, teaching them how to delegate, how to use a wallet, how to keep it secure. Sometimes we felt a little bit like a help desk, but it was, it's a really fulfilling experience to just bring so many people into the ecosystem. We started creating guides and assets that people could come and refer to help them. And empowering, we founded the Canadian Cardano Stake Pool Association with some other Canadian SPOs. So I really recommend you check out ccspa.ca when you get a chance. It's a really friendly, helpful group dedicated to raising awareness and supporting other SPOs. So once we really worked out that why, everything else just kind of came naturally. So next was the Canucks NFT. The Merry Hard Fork came, and along came NFTs as well. So we wanted to participate. So we are proud to be Canadian, so we really wanted to showcase Canadian culture while having fun and really learning the space. Again, because we're nerds, we're technical, we want to kind of really dig into the tech. But we engaged an artist, we set about kind of creating these lovable characters you see up here. And we love solving problems. So we started figuring out, the rarities, the randomization, creating a sales engine, how do we do all that? But then obviously our thoughts went back to what drives us and what we believe in. So we started, we created this minting as a service offering. We started helping other people, create their own NFTs. We're removing the technical barriers to create an NFT project. Educating, we're walking creatives through the process. We created articles and FAQs, and we also helped consumers in the ecosystem, like how do you buy an NFT? What is an NFT? How do I look at it? Because the ecosystem is still very young in Cardano. And empowering, it's really about giving creators a chance to bring their visions to life and contribute to a marketplace that can empower artists. So because our backgrounds are really in technology and bringing data to life, our day jobs used to be in the data analytics ecosystem. One of the real world problems that we've seen is accessibility of data on the Cardano blockchain. Now there's a lot of great explorers out there, block explorers. There's pooltool.io and AdaPools, which are great community tools for kind of looking at data on the blockchain. But there's not the ability for somebody to easily leverage this data for analytics. You can't just download a bunch of raw data, slice and dice it. So we saw the opportunity to build a data hub for the community. So we do have a Catalyst proposal out there that we're hoping to get funded to create this data hub, somewhere where people can come to and get the data. And obviously the funding is going to affect the speed of which we are able to do this, but we want to do this one way or another. So on this side, I mean, looking forward, we expect data in the Cardano ecosystem to have as much, if not more importance than it does today in the current corporate world. So data-driven decision-making is going to be really important, one of the key ways that Cardano can be leveraged in the future. So enabling, we want to give analysts the way to access Cardano related to data in easy and efficient ways. We want to enable access data via multiple methods. So, via APIs, just download a CSV if that's how you're most comfortable with it. Google Sheets, even direct data sharing. Whatever ways are easiest for the community to use it, then we want to make those ways available. Educating is really about bringing forth data access and data management best practices, increasing visibility and awareness of the Cardano ecosystem through visualizations and whatnot. And then empowering, empower people in the community to get access to that data, visualize it in tools like Tableau or Power BI, and allowing data consumers, Fortune 500 companies, or people like yourselves to make data-driven decisions about Cardano in the community.
Yep, so not only do we want to give back to the community from a technology point of view, we believe in giving back and to the larger community as well. And Cardano has actually given us the opportunity and the mechanisms to do so. So just, we don't talk about this a terrible amount, but Canucks NFT, 10% of anything we make from Canucks NFT, we have committed to charity. It's on our Discord server. There's a lot more information there if you want to take a look, or just ask us. I'm happy to talk about that. We've also been asked to educate youth on cryptocurrency in the Regent Park area with a group called Healing is One. It's a really great organization, and it's getting people off the street and giving them the tools to build a future. So it aligns with very much how we think and what we believe. We've also been asked to educate more mature investors in what Cardano is and why it's such an exciting thing. I mean, we all heard Charles this morning. It's conveying even a fraction of that to people who just aren't plugged into the community. And we wouldn't have engaged in any of these things if it weren't for Cardano and the great work the foundation is doing, as well as IOHK. So thank you so much for all the great work that you guys are doing. And so I'll wrap on one of my favorite Charles quotes. The game changed. We changed it, and now we're here to play the new one. Well, the Canucks are here to play too. Thank you.
Thanks, everyone.